Hello everyone! Hi! Tell me if you can see me and you can hear me and I'm straight, I'm not sideways. Hello! Okay, I think I will start. So, hello and welcome to Little Learners Live. Thanks so much to all of my wonderful colleagues the last few weeks. I think this is day 23 now of us going live every day. And I've been watching them all and they've all been absolutely amazing. So it's my turn today. My name is Katie and I run Little Learners Stockport. So if you are local to me, please give my page a like, Little Learners Stockport. And as soon as we can get our classes back up and running, I'll be there. I can't wait. I'm missing you all. So if any of my little learners are watching, hello, I'm missing you all. So today for my activities, I've chosen paper as the thing to play with. So all you really need to do my activity today is some paper shredded, some A4 paper, some pens, some scissors, maybe a bit of glue. For morning activities I've used a bit of paint, but there are alternatives to that. So the reason I've chosen paper, one of the reasons, is my daughter is obsessed with making things out of paper. She's always cutting things, sticking things, making things out of paper. So it seems like a good choice. I'm hoping that lots of you will have bits and bobs of paper hanging about as well. So my first activity is the most simple activity, and it is really messy, but it's not dirty messy, which I think is great. So I think that playing with shredded paper can be so much fun for little ones. It's great for babies to play in. You can sit them in it, they can do some great tummy time. You can hide the toys in it, hide the favourite toys, play peekaboo, hide themselves in it, hide the toes in it, whatever you want to do. It's just great fun. And as they get older, toddlers and older kids will love throwing this around, making it a great old mess. But it's so easy to clear up. You just pop it all back in a box, back in a bag, and you can bring it out a couple of days later. So it's just really versatile and great to play with. So what I would do is decide on what you think your child is interested in. It might be dinosaurs, it might be, I don't know, trucks would be great in here. You can theme your box or your tray or wherever you put it according to your child's interests. And I reckon they could play with that for a good while. For my daughter, I think I'd probably put in, she loves My Little Ponies, so putting a bunch of My Little Ponies, she'll probably make this into some sort of My Little Pony rainbow world and play with it for ages. So other things you can do if you want to pop some learning opportunities in there. Lots of us have got these little balls at home or other toys, whatever you've got. If you hide these into the shredded paper and get them to find them, pull them out. What colour is it? Oh, it's a yellow one and a green one. Can you find me an orange one? And that sort of thing. Pop, say, 4 of them in and say, I've put 4 in. Can you find me 4? And then they have to try and dig them out and count 1, 2, 3, 4, practicing all their maths as well. Other things like, I've got these actually like little threading boards that are different shapes. So you could hide the different shapes in there and say, oh, what can you find? Oh, what have you found? Oh, you found a circle, you found a triangle. For older children, oh, can you find me a shape that's got straight sides on it? And let's talk about the shapes. But it just makes it a bit more fun that you're hiding it in something as well, which is great. I made these that you could use as well. I just made them from an Easter egg box. Little numbered cards that you could hide in there as well. Pop them in the paper, see if they can find them. Can they get them out? Can they can they put them in the right order? All that sort of thing. So great maths. When I was working in nurseries, that's what I used to do with lots of number cards, is put the number on and put 3 little dots underneath, which so if they're just beginning to recognise the numbers, if they pull that out and they don't know what it is, you can just say, oh, look at the dots, 1, 2, 3, it's the number 3, and it just helps them to learn the number recognition. With my daughter, I might say to her, can you find 2 numbers that make 5? Can you find 2 numbers that make 6? That sort of thing, to help her with her maths as well. So great just for fun, just for throwing it around, making lots of mess, a great sensory activity as well. And I'm hoping that if you're able to get some shredded paper and put all their toys in it, you might just even be able to sit back and have a hot cup of tea, which would be great. Fingers crossed for you. So that is shredded paper, which I think is great. So then I thought we could use some of the shredded paper to make some things, and some strips of paper as well. So we made these little concertina caterpillars, which are really easy to make. I used an A4 piece of paper and I cut a strip down the side, and I taped 2 of those strips together to make it a bit longer, which just made our caterpillar a bit longer too. I used 2 different colours of paper because I found that with my daughter, if I used 2 the same, it got confusing. So if you use 2 different colours, just match it up at the end like that, and then you fold over the bottom one over the top, squeeze it down, fold it down, and then the next one, you keep going like that. If you wanted to add a bit more mark making in, you could get the children to draw along this before they folded it. You could draw some straight lines along the strips of paper, which would be really good practice. It's great for fine motor because they've got to keep moving the paper. Could be tricky for really little ones, but if you help them, I'm sure they can have a go and would manage it. My daughter loved doing this, and she did it all afternoon. She made loads of them, and she used some of the shredded bits of paper too, which were really tiny. So she made them little tiny ones using the shredded paper like that. Actually, she made loads and loads of them. She just kept going, which was great. So you carry on all the way to the end until you keep going right to the end until you get your little caterpillar there, and you can just put a bit of glue or sellotape on the end, stick his face down, do some mark making on the end, give him a face, whatever you like. So they're really good fun. My next one is a caterpillar too. So he looks a bit like this, and he's great. So I'll show you what you can do before I make him. So you just pop him on the table like that, you get yourself a straw, and then you just blow on him, on his back, and he wiggles along the table. So that's really good fun. You could have some caterpillar races if you make some of these. They're really easy. I'm going to show you how to do it. So you get, if you get an A4 piece of paper and take the short side, cut a strip. We found that about a 3 centimetre wide strip worked about the best. So strip like that. So to make him, you fold him in half, like that. And then take this side and fold it to the middle, like that. Take this side and fold it into the middle again. And then you do it again, so you fold this side into the middle, fold this side into the middle, and then like that. So you end up with a little tiny rectangle. So if we try it, I'll show you one more time. because it matters which way you fold it. So fold it in half, open it up, fold this side into the middle, fold this side into the middle, fold this side down, this side down again, and squeeze it together. So when you get to that point, you just cut off the corners so to make them a bit rounded like that. Just makes them look a little bit more like a caterpillar. So cut off the edges so it's nice and round. You open him up and you sit him on the table like this. So that's where you can pop his little face on the end there. And then fingers crossed this one works for you. You blow on his back using a straw. And you can make him wiggle along the table, which is good fun. And we decorated ours as well. See a bit more mark making on there. So do have a go at that and let me know if it works. Do send me pictures, videos of you doing them. So my final activity is my bug picture. You can see that, I hope you can. I love doing these little bug pictures of little ones. I've done them with ones as young as 3 all the way up to older ones. A different outcome, but they always look really cute. So to make those, I used the shredded paper that we made before, and we just ripped it up a bit more and dipped it in some PVA, like so, which is so easy. Could use Pritt Stick, whatever you want. You could get them to paint straight lines of glue and then stick them on, whatever you think. Like so, and it doesn't matter, it's better that it's not perfect because it's supposed to be grass. So get them to stick it all along. And then we used some paint to do some bees flying in the air, and we did some little ladybirds as well, maybe some ladybirds in the grass, whatever you want to do. And it doesn't matter how many they do all over the page, it still looks really sweet. Once you've done that, you let it dry, and then just show them how you can put little eyes on them, a little mouth, do stripes on your bee, give them wings. Got a little butterfly here, some antennae, like that. I don't know, a little ladybird over here. If you show them how to put legs and eyes on, they'll soon get the hang of it and they'll look really, really cute. So those are my activities today using paper. So we did the shredded paper, hiding things in it, finding things, practicing some maths and things like that. A little concertina caterpillar, my little dancing caterpillar as well, have a go at that one. And then your garden bug picture. Could even stick some of these little caterpillars on there as well. So let me know if you do any of them. Please send them to me at Little Learners Stockport, I'd love to see them. Thank you so much for watching today. We're back on tomorrow, and tomorrow you can learn how to make salt dough with Antonia. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.